Hi guys, welcome back to High Yield Intraday Trading. I hope everyone of you is doing good and you all had a fabulous weekend. So today we are going to discuss a very important topic, but before that, let me request you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also make sure to press the bell icon so that whenever I upload a video, you get the notification about the same. Also, by the end of this video, you will be seeing many other details about HYIT. Please do have a look at it because it might be helpful to you in some way or the other. Details like my Telegram channel, both the free one and the premium ones, details about the training programs that I take up, etc. etc. Okay, so, as I said before some time, we are going to discuss a very important topic, and the topic is where to put a proper stop loss when we are trading. Okay, see, it does not matter how good trader one is. If we do not know where to put a proper stop loss, we cannot manage the risks. In other words, our risk management will not be proper. And if the risk management is not proper, there's no way that we can become a profitable trader, or there's no way that we can even think of becoming a successful or a profitable trader. Okay, so it's a fact. It's a fact that many of us struggle to put a proper stop loss, and with this video, hopefully, I will reduce your struggle in deciding where should you put a stop loss. Okay. Also, please note that the things that we are going to discuss here in this video about the stop losses, it is applicable only to intraday trading and not applicable to any other kind of trading like swing trading or positional trading. Okay, so strictly whatever things we are going to discuss about stop losses here has to be applied or is applicable only towards intraday trading, which is also known as day trading. Okay, now having that said, let me tell let me tell you in layman's term, or I would say, let me start with ATR. The full form of ATR is average true range. I know every one of you is aware about that particular oscillator. And if you are wondering that why am I bringing in ATR when we want to discuss about stop loss, it's because we will take ATR as the reference point to decide our stop losses. Okay, so having that said, let me go ahead and explain in a layman's term what ATR actually is. Okay, now ATR is one of the technical analysis oscillators that measures the market's volatility and shows how much a stock can move on an average during a given time frame. Okay, now this is absolutely theoretical. If you did not understand that, it does not matter because we are gonna see it in practicals, how to use it, how to use ATR, or how to derive our stop losses using ATR. So if you are not understanding the theoretical stuff, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, now we are not going to discuss or waste any time in knowing how the ATR is calculated and stuffs like that, because what matters the most to a day trader is what exactly does a particular oscillator do and how and when exactly to use that oscillator or indicator when he or she is trading. Okay, that's it. But still, if you want to make a deep dive into it, then we always have Google to help us out with that. Okay, so as I was saying, ATR is one of the technical analysis oscillators that measures the market's volatility, or that measures the stock's volatility for the day. Okay, and this is being shown by a line with some reference number on the right hand side of the charts. Okay, so once you plot ATR on the chart, this is how it will look like. Okay, let me just bring in the chart here. So this is Sipla's 5 minutes chart. We have two indicators and one oscillator plotted here. The indicators are EMA 8 and EMA 34, and as you can see here, it is ATR with the value 14. Okay, so ATR is nothing but you will get this kind of line. Okay, just a simple line. And towards the right hand side, if you see here, the numbers are fluctuating according to the ATR's movement, right? So if the line is coming down, the numbers are reducing, and if the line is going up, the numbers are increasing. Okay, again, as I said, don't worry, I will just let you know how to use these numbers to decide our stop losses. Okay, I will discuss this in this video in a while. Okay, so this is how the ATR looks like. And getting back to our topic, just a moment, I think, let me think if I'm missing anything else. No, everything's fine. Now, coming to the point, how to use ATR as a stop loss. Okay, now for this, let me take an example. Okay, now let's say you went long in a trade and your entry price is 500 rupees. Okay, and you aim for at least a 1% move in the upward direction to book your profits. Okay, so you are aiming for 505 rupees as a target, right? Now, please remember that the 1% move or the 5 rupees upward move that I'm mentioning here is just an example. If situation compels you, then you might have to book your profits even at 4 rupees or 3 rupees according to the moves in the live market. Okay, because no one can guarantee anything in trading. Okay, the 5 rupees move that you are setting as a target is your thinking. It's not the market's thinking. Okay, the market can do anything. Okay, it can do anything anytime. So your job is to be prepared to come out of the trade anytime. Okay, if you see something fishy going on or something fishy happening on the charts. Okay, so now you have entered a trade and also you have a target in your mind. Now, how about the stop loss? This is where ATR comes into picture. Okay, so as I said earlier, your entry price was 500. Now, at that exact point, you need to see the value of ATR. Okay, let's say the value of ATR at the time, at that particular time is 2.50. Okay, so your stop loss should be set at 2.50. That is 2 rupees 50 paise. Okay, but there is a little twist here. It is not mandatory for you to set your stop loss exactly according to the ATR value. Okay, here in this example, the stock price is 500. So it is always better to keep the stop loss close to 1% of the script's price or anything lower to that. Okay, so the ATR here in this example suggests you to keep your stop loss at 497.50, right? But according to me, it is a really low stop loss that can be hit anytime. So round it up to around 3 rupees 50 paise or even 4 rupees. Okay, so your stop loss will be 496 rupees. Okay, your entry is at 500, your stop loss is at 496, and you target for 505 rupees. Okay, now remember, there is no harm in keeping a stop loss of 4 rupees if you are trading a 500 rupees script. Okay, I want you all to take this deep inside your minds that we are into day trading, we are into intraday trading, and in intraday trading, we need to give some space for the stocks to move. We need to give some space to the stocks movement. Okay, we cannot keep tight stop losses, as simple as that. Okay, see, there are many myths when it comes to intraday trading, like tight stop losses, risk rewards, you cannot make profits regularly in intraday trading, and many other stuffs like that. But if you are a real intraday trader, okay, you will know for sure as a fact that these things do not work, or these things should not be considered in day trading. Okay, just that someone big or someone influential has set this myth, have set these myths, and the retail traders like us are just following them blindly. Okay, anyways, I will surely make a video on these topics as well later sometime, but as of now, let's come back to the stop loss thing. Okay, so I hope you are clear about how to decide on your stop losses having ATR as your reference point. Okay, now let's get on to the practical aspect of it. Let's get on to the charts. Okay, now this, as I already said before some time, this is a 5 minutes chart of Sipla. Now, why did I take 5 minutes? Sorry, why did I take Sipla as an example? Because I gave this call, I gave a sell call for Sipla on November 15th, that is last Friday, and we booked a good profit in that. Okay, so the sell call was generated here. Okay, so in this chart, I will give you two examples. I will explain you two examples, one on a short side, how to keep a stop loss, and one on a long side, how to keep a stop loss. Okay, now as per my call, okay, the call was given at 9:21 uh, 9:29 or 9:30 a.m. Okay, and I gave a sell call for Sipla at 440.55. Okay, so this was the candle, I believe. Okay, 9:25 candle, and I gave a sell call at 440.55. Okay, somewhere here. Okay, 440.55. Okay, now have a look on ATR. What is the value of ATR at that particular 5 minutes candle? It is around 2.26, right? 2.26 is the ATR value. this is the number that that you have to note. Okay, so it is a 460 rupees script that we are trading with, and having a stop loss of just 2.26 or 2.30 if you round it up is not fair enough. I believe it can hit the stop loss anytime. Okay, so for a 460 rupees script, or if you round it up for a 500 rupees script, we can surely increase this number from 2.26 to 3 rupees, right? So let's keep the stop loss at 3 rupees, and our entry point was 440.55, and if we put a 3 rupees stop loss, our stop loss becomes 443.55 somewhere here, right? 443.55, this is the place. Okay, 443.55 is our stop loss, and our entry was 440.55. Okay, and as you can see, it never hit the stop loss. Okay, it went down. Okay, and I asked the guys to book the profit at 437 somewhere here. So we had enough time for an entry and enough time to put a stop loss, and also enough time to book our profits, because we had almost around 5 minutes to do all these things. Okay, and putting a stop loss and putting and booking our profits doesn't even take seconds. Okay, so we had a handsome 5 minutes with us to enter at 440.55, put a stop loss at 443.55, and put a target of 437 and come out of a trade. Okay, now I suspected that it will go up from here somewhere, and it did actually. 437 was the exit point. It came down till 435.40. I don't care about that, because we already booked a handsome amount of around how much? uh, 437, 30, 39, 40, 3 rupees 55 paise, somewhere around 3 rupees 55 paise, which is very close to 1% of the stock's price. Okay, so I'm happy with my returns that I got. Okay, now the thing was, I was suspecting that this guy will go up, and it actually went up. Now, why did it went up is something which needs a technical analysis to be done, and my technicals were telling that it will go up, and it went up. But the good part is, the call which I had given, the sell call which I had given, we had already accumulated or made a profit of close to 1% of the script's price. That is what matters. Okay, so we booked our profits at around 437. Okay, and the way we put the stop loss, I just explained. I hope that is clear to you guys. Okay, so this example was on the short side. Okay, now let's take the example at the long side. Let's say you bought Cipla at a particular price. So how would you put the stop loss, having ATR as your reference point? Okay. Now, if you are using the EMA crossover, okay, so what does EMA 8 and EMA 34, how is it used? You go long if EMA 8 crosses EMA 34 in the upward direction. Okay, and you go short if EMA 8 crosses EMA 34 in the downward direction. In this scenario, EMA 8 is crossing EMA 34 in the upward direction, so you have to go long somewhere here. Okay, now let me explain it again. This candle, 11:15 candle, is the candle where you get the confirmation about the crossover. It is very clear that EMA 8 has given a crossover on EMA 34 in the upward direction. Okay, so you have to wait for the next candle's formation to decide whether you should go long or not. Okay, now guys, always do not enter blindly the moment it gives you a crossover. Okay, you don't enter the trades like that. Okay, so the candle on which the crossover happens, you never take an entry in that candle. You wait for the next candle. If the next candle is green, then you make an entry, and if the next candle is red, then you wait to see whether it is actually taking a support and whether it will go up or not. Okay, so 11:15 was the candle where the crossover happened, so I will not take an entry at the 11:15 candle. Okay, I will take an entry at the 11:20 candle. Okay, now 11:20 candle, what is happening here is, it is a red candle. So will you take an entry? The answer is no. What will you do? You will wait for the next candle. Okay, so the next candle is a green candle. Okay, so now it is quite sure that it is getting a support. The stock is getting a support at the 8 and 34 EMA lines, and it has all the chances to go up further. That is the anticipation that you make. That is how you analyze technically. Okay, so you enter at the 11.25 candle at any price. Okay, that's fine. At any price, you can enter at the 11.25 candle. Okay, now while entering, let's say for example, in the worst case scenario, it took at the highest point of the candle. Okay, your entry was taken at the candle's high. So what was the high of the 11.25 candle? It is 446.75. Okay, if you see the left top corner of my screen, you have the open, high, low, close uh, prices mentioned there. Okay, so the high of the 11.25 candle was 446.75. Okay, now get on to the ATR. Okay, what is 11.25 is here? Sorry. So what is the value of ATR here? 1.69, right? Now for a 450 rupees script, 1.70. Okay, we cannot take it as 1.69 because the tick size of the National Stock Exchange is 5 paise. Okay, so 1.69 we cannot take. Let's take it as 1.70. Okay, so for a 450 rupees stock, we cannot put 1.70 rupees as a stop loss because if you remember in the theoretical portion when I was explaining the stuffs, I just told that for a 450 rupee stock, 1 rupee 70 paisa stop loss is a very tight stop loss. You need to give some space to the stock to move. Okay, so in this case, we will not take 1.70 as the stop loss. We will increase it to, let's say, 3 rupees. Okay, so 446.75 was your entry, and you are putting a stop loss of 3 rupees, which is nothing but 443.75. Okay, so your entry was here and your stop loss is somewhere here, 443.75 here. Okay, now this is a good thing. You can ask why? Because the stop loss is below the 34 EMA. Okay, as I told you earlier in many videos of mine, all the technical indicators work as supports and resistances. Similarly, here the 8 EMA and the 34 EMAs, both of them are working as supports for this up move to happen. Okay, so if you are putting your stop loss below the support, it is a very good point as a stop loss. Okay, so here 443.75 is 443.75 is lying below the 34 EMA. So it is a very safe point which you can consider as a stop loss. Okay, and as you can see, it never touched your stop loss. Your stop loss was not hit, and eventually it moved up. Okay, now nobody knows that it will move up so high. Okay, like your entry is 446.75, but this guy went till like 463.65 and even more after some time. So obviously, as a day trader, you cannot anticipate that it will move for such high points. Okay, so you book your profits at 1% of the script's price, maybe 4 or 5 rupees, or 3 rupees 50 paise, or 4 rupees just above your entry. Okay, so if 446.75 was your entry, if you round it up to 447, have 451 somewhere here, 451 or 452 as your exit point. Okay, because you never know what's going to happen in intraday trading. Okay, in this case it moved up. In some other case it might be the case that it will fall down, who knows. So rather than repenting on why did not you book your profits on time, it's always good to book your profits and sit tight with your profits. Okay, so this is how you derive your stop losses from the ATR value. I hope that is clear to you guys. Okay, so this was the practical explanation of how to put a stop loss, how to find which is a good stop loss using ATR value. Okay, so I hope this helps you all guys. Deciding upon a stop loss is a very important aspect of day trading, and trust me, if you know where exactly to put a stop loss, you are bound to become a successful trader. Okay, but again, as we all know, nothing comes to us with ease. So would request every one of you to hit on to the charts and practice it in the live market. Okay, practice with one share, doesn't matter. Trade with one share, does not matter, but practice it in the live market. Okay, so that's it, guys. And as always, would request you all to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, please do not miss the ending of the video, as you will get to know about some other details about HYIT that might be helpful to you. And please feel free to ask your questions or queries, if any, in the comments section, and I will surely answer back. Okay, and also, please do not forget to like the video if you liked it. Thanks much, guys. Thanks for all your time and patience. So that's it from my end, and I will see you all later. Hope you all will stick back. Happy trading. Bye bye.